You remember that feeling when the last bell of the school year rings and suddenly everything feels possible? No alarm clocks, no homework, no places that you have to be, just summer stretching out before you like the longest, beautiful Friday night you have ever seen. So tonight on Friday Night Rentals, we celebrate that feeling the only way we know how, with movies that captured it perfectly. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. Alright, so the Coke is on ice, the pizza's on order, you got your snacks again, the popcorn is smelling up the room. Welcome back to Friday Night Rentals, where every Friday night we rewind the clock back to the golden age of movies and pop culture that we love so much, around the video store for the perfect weekend to celebrate. And this time we're celebrating school being out for summer, baby, because we're gonna pick tapes that make us have that specific feeling of those old school days when those big long summers seem to last forever. Friends, videotapes, video games, snacks, no responsibility, and the greatest time of your life. Tonight we have several films, including our trip down the horror aisle, that's going to capture all that perfectly for you. So let's go find them. All right, so for the first pick, the big crowd pleaser in this category, they're all crowd pleasers. We're going to go with a film that was made in the 90s that feels like an 80s film that's set in the 1970s, and I'm talking about 1993's Dazed and Confused. All right. You've got Richard Linklater directing this, and we start here because this is where every school's out for summer movie list starts, is with Dazed and Confused. So you got to check this one out right away. You have future stars all over the place: Matthew McConaughey, Ben Affleck, Parker Posey, Mila Jovovich, Adam Goldberg, all playing high school junior kids in Austin, Texas on the last day of school in 1976. No real plot, no villain to defeat, no lesson to learn, just that feeling of the next day being, one night you're at school and then summer vacation starts, and that feeling of freedom and fun that kind of goes along with that. The no plot, the nothing is kind of the genius of Dazed and Confused. It doesn't worry about trying to be anything, prove anything, nothing big to say. It just captures that feeling of feeling young and free, exactly where you're supposed to be at the exact time you're supposed to be there, without the safety nets around you. It captures something very genuinely real about what summer used to feel like to us back in the day. All right. Matthew McConaughey as Wooderson in this. A man who graduated years ago still shows up to hang out with the young kids, the high schoolers, and that character is played with zero self-consciousness because he didn't have that then. He doesn't have it now. He's trying to recapture that feeling constantly, just like so many of us. And instead of him somehow being a liberated person the entire film, he understands that. He understands that how special this is, and that's something that nobody else has figured out yet in the movie. And that's what I love about these high school gems like this. And he's like, that's what I love about high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age. I mean, he gets it. It's kind of creepy in that way, but he totally gets it. Dazed and Confused is your comfort pick, and pour something cold, Find a comfortable spot, settle in, and let it take you back to the summer nights that felt just like this. All right, from the class of 1976, from a 1990s movie that feels like an 80s movie, let's go to a real 80s movie in 1982's Fast Times at Ridgemont High. So, class of 76, class of 82 here, and one of like the most genuinely great films about being young that Hollywood's ever done, particularly about being young in the area that they live in. Amy Heckerling directing, Cameron Crowe writing. Cameron Crowe, who didn't really get to go to high school, but he snuck in to high school, went to high school for a short time under a fake name to prepare to write this film. That's pretty crazy, but it happened. Listen, this thing is stacked with other people too. You got Sean Penn as Spicoli. You even see Nicolas Cage in here, Judge Reinhold in here, Jennifer Jason Leigh. Very controversial, very racy, lots of nudity. Of course, the Phoebe Cates getting out of the pool scene, all of that. Fast Times at Ridgemont High is the rare film that works simultaneously as a raunchy comedy and a heartfelt coming-of-age story with legitimately something to say about being that age in school. Cameron Crowe was there. He lived it, so he put it all into it. All the details, the anxiety of your first job, of, making a mistake and, let's say, swimming without a swimming suit kind of thing. Lots of real-world stuff that got in here. Jess Spicoli, Sean Penn creating one of the great comic characters in history, everything bouncing off of him. Phoebe Cates and that sexy moment that turns into an awkward moment that probably too many people could have related to watching this film. All that kind of stuff is in here. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, quintessential, just sort of end of school year, summer energy, that teen vibe, all of that wrapped into one thing. It had to be here. It's exactly for a night like tonight. It is a VHS legend, and for that reason, we're renting it. All right, now we're going to go to a more recent, it's like 25 years old. I'm just getting old. It's not really that recent. But we go to 2001 for like a cult pick, maybe one that you won't see coming a little bit. It is American Pie 2, not 1. Now, I could have easily gone with 1, but 1 doesn't have that summer vibe the way that Part 2 does. American Pie 2 is, in my opinion, the best film in the franchise. I like Part 2 better than any of them, and specifically because it understands what summer is about. The original American Pie is set during a senior year, and it builds to prom and all of those things. And this one is specifically about coming back after your first year of college and celebrating a summer and trying to recapture that summer together, which is something, again, we're all trying to do, recapture those summer feelings that we remember so nostalgically. Don't worry, I'm probably going to do a video about that because summer conjures so many great things in us, and that's what this movie is all about right here. American Pie 2 is set during that first summer back home from college, and summer is the destination of this film. Trying to keep it all together, bringing the old gang back. People are starting to move on. All of those, the shift as you're starting to grow up and things can't be exactly the same, but you're trying to hold on to them after you've lived a year of life without these friends that you're used to growing up with and seeing almost every day of your life. You got the Jim and Michelle relationship. You have some great comedic moments in here where the guys are caught spying on the two women. Just beautiful, but there's something about it that is just achingly bittersweet too. Because once you get older and you see how that works, you know that feeling of loss and that you're trying to get back with a one magic summer. That is what this is about, including, Smooth Criminal playing while you've glued yourself to, yourself. So our cult pick for tonight is American Pie Part 2. All right, now we're going to go into the Wayback Machine, although I remember seeing this as a kid, so I don't know. Let that tell you whatever you will. But we're going for a hidden gem with 1984's Hot Moves. And this is like if somebody crammed a 1980s scrapbook of summertime and all the pop culture elements and all of the movie elements of raunchy comedies from the 1980s. If they took it and there was one film to rule them all, to put all the pieces of it in there, you got Hot Moves. I mean, this thing takes place at the beach. It's four guys trying to lose their virginity, very original American Pie-like. But you've got 80s bikinis, you've got Walkmans, you've got boom boxes, you've got the big hair, you've got roller skating by, hell, you've got bodybuilders in here, you've got the raunchy comedy of girls and guys trying to get laid, all of that. Hot Moves. And of course, it's all set in the sunny, iconic, image that we had of Hollywood, Los Angeles back in the 1980s. And that's the entire premise. And this is the kind of movie that sits at the back of the video store waiting on you. Hot Moves is not sophisticated cinema at all. It's not trying to be Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's not trying to have Cameron Crowe's sophisticated journalistic perspective on anything or Amy Heckerling's craft. None of that stuff. It's not even trying to be Richard Linklater letting it all go and not really having a plot. No, there's a plot. It's to get into some panties in this thing. That's what it's about. And the girls are in on it too. They're trying to have fun. What it has is a very specific, unguarded energy of low budget, raunchy comedies of 1980s. I'm telling you, it's like somebody squeezed the 1980s into a blender and you got this movie. It is perfect for a Friday night, summertime rental. The four leads have genuine chemistry. You have no trouble believing that they are friends and just like regular guys. The Los Angeles beach setting is perfect. It's sort of iconic imagery for I wish they all could be California girls and the all-American look from back in the day. It's not mean-spirited despite being extremely raunchy. Hot Moves is the perfect hidden gem for this list and this night. The tape you pull off the shelf based on that artwork right there alone, how could you not want it? And you end up genuinely entertained and loving every second of it. Go find it. It absolutely earns its spot here on Friday Night Rentals. All right, now finally, it is that time of night we never can check out. We never can go rent our movies without the trip down the horror aisle. It's back there in the back corner, always a little darker for some reason, and that's why we love it. All that artwork, the promise of a naughty, scary ride that's a little bit forbidden. It was all waiting on the horror aisle, and tonight, we're going back to that little area in the store for a double feature. So not one, but two movies tonight. A double feature for summer. That's right. Horror and summer can go together, and I'm going to show you why. Because they always have, particularly if you look at Friday the 13th. But hey, I'm going to spoil it. We're not even going. That's too easy. Tonight's horror aisle picks gives you a choice. Choose your own summer horror adventure. And the first one is 1990's It. Tim Curry is Pennywise the Dancing Clown in this. The Losers Club riding their bikes all over town, needing to stay together over the summertime to stay alive. The summer heat in Derry, Maine. The summer coding that is in this movie, the nostalgia, the bikes, the building forts, the hanging out, building a club, playing in the water, all of that on an adventure, but this one just so happens to be real, and they're trying to survive a killer clown. Now, while the 1990 miniseries is not technically perfect, I love the book. I've read the book so many times. Nothing has captured the book perfectly. This movie, though, as a whole, is incredible. The ride of this movie is way more important than the destination of this movie. Tim Curry's Pennywise become iconic horror villain that we still think of today. This is one, it's summer-coded, horror-coded, perfect, sort of the end of innocence, that last summer before you go into high school and you get into all the other things that we talked about in this and in the rest of the stack. You find it in It, so it is perfect for tonight's lineup. But should you want to choose your own adventure and you say, hey, maybe I don't have time for two, so I just want one, I'm going to recommend It Chapter 1 from 2017. This is the Choose Your Own It adventure summer night right here. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise the Dancing Clown in this one too. The same story with a bigger budget, split up into two feature films, and of course 2017, effects and things that we didn't have on a movie that was shot for TV in 1989. Chapter 1 is better constructed than Chapter 2. I'm not putting Chapter 2 in this because this is the one that has all of the same summer vibes as the original 1990 version. So this one it cranks up the scare factor, all of that, but it still captures that summer magic. It's set in the 80s instead of the 50s, so you're going to grab some of that 80s summer magic here. So both are perfect for this night's rentals, so check them out. Choose your own adventure or choose both. Our trip down the horror aisle takes us to the summertime, Derry, Maine, and all of the friends in the Losers Club trying to fight off Pennywise, the dancing clown. All right, so there you go. There is our stack of rentals tonight here on Friday Night Rentals. A little bit bigger stack than normal, but hey, it's summertime. You got plenty of time to watch movies like a kid again, and that is what it is all about. Whether you're watching Dazed and Confused, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, American Pie 2, Hot Moves, or you're taking your trip down the horror aisle with it, all of these are a perfect fit for those perfect summer movie nights that we remember in our memories, and enjoy every minute of it. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. That really helps out the channel so much. Hype it. Apparently that helps too. Get some hype around the video rental store here as we aim for 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. A lofty goal, but we can do it with your help, and I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to support what we're doing here a little more and keep the video rental store open, you can join my Patreon. The link is in the description down below, as it is in every one. My merch, my own designs, they're down there too. And hey, if you join the Patreon, you're going to get your name in lights, marquee style, right here on every single video. Special members only videos, behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking process, 4K reviews, and so much more. And every single thing helps me to have time to be able to do this and helps the channel, and I really do appreciate it. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. I know.